Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Tales from the Flipside. This is episode 156. We have a great show today. We are talking crazy market conditions in all areas of collectibles. We got cards and comics and everything. I can't wait, boys. Hey, come to death row, boys. Let's go.
You're listening to Tales from the Flipside. Tales from the Flipside. Tales from the Flipside.
What's going on, everybody? Got a full house tonight. The whole crew is here. We got the CEO. We got Paul W. We got the one and only Nico Esquire and Big Leg in the house. Big show tonight. Lots of crazy market news. It's not only happening with GameStop, boys. It's happening all over the place. So we got some fun stuff to talk about. We'll see what's going on in the movie world and all that fun stuff too. So it should be a fun show. Why don't we get into some of the news right away and talk about this? Well, the craziness of Black Panther, right? Black Panther right now, getting all this news about Ryan Coogler, I guess, taking over a new show. Is that what it is, Nico?
Yeah, so Marvel tweeted earlier today that writer, director, producer Ryan Coogler and Proximity Media will develop a Black Panther spin-off series in the Kingdom of Wakanda for Disney+. There has been a lot of speculation about what that could mean. We've seen some reports earlier before this confirmation that perhaps Killmonger will be training Shuri. That seems a little far-fetched to me, but other people have really latched on to it. I wouldn't be surprised if Michael B. Jordan's character is revived. This may just be a way for them to develop that, thematically and try to tell the Atlantis story through Wakanda a little more elegantly than they could with, hey, here's a new Black Panther, Namor attacks.
Well, I think it's pretty smart. That's something that in the comic spec world has been talked about for a long time. Just in the comic, fans of the movie always said from the day that movie was put out that they should not have killed off that character. That character was too strong of a character to not bring back in some way.
Well, that's completely true. It's just hard to live up to, man. To say the least. I mean, one of the hardest characters to possibly live up to, morally, theatrically, belovedly, as far as possibly possibly and arguably the strongest Marvel solo movie, solo title, whatever you want to say. I hope good things are in the future, though. I am glad they didn't abandon the character. So, not that they would abandon it, but you know what I mean.
Well, let's kind of talk a little bit about that spec-wise, right? Because, a lot of the spec plays on Shuri right now. Obviously, I mean, good reason for that. If Killmonger comes back and they do start talking about, him training Shuri to be the new Black Panther, or him taking over the role to kind of put him under her wing, like however they do it, Shuri is the end game, right? The end goal of that character. Right?
Yeah, quite possibly, but sorry that I was a little out of it today, so I didn't see who they picked to redo. It's not Michael B. Jordan doing Killmonger, obviously, right?
No, that's who they're saying. Yeah.
It is?
It's rumored that he's coming back. Yeah.
Oh, they should then, dude. So, sorry, Jungle Action 6. Here we go. It was definitely down. That's a fact. You can find them online pretty cheap constantly. It's compared to the millions of times we left it in the back bins, because I made a lot of money on Jungle Action 5 from years ago, and could have done a whole lot better. But 6 is clearly the play right now. If it is Michael B. Jordan, so that's good news to me.
So no confirmation about whether or not Killmonger returns. The only straight news is that tweet from Marvel that says they're doing a Kingdom of Wakanda series for Disney Plus, and that Coogler's going to do it.
Well, there was also rumors about a week ago, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's so people have taken that as kind of a confirmation. Now, the way that rumor sort of was doled out is that there were rumblings that this may be what they were talking about doing. It sounded more like, people speculating that these are some of the ideas that they'd overheard being kicked around Marvel Studios. So, I know that places like Marvel always are sort of focus grouping whether or not an idea will be successful or whether a casting will be successful before they actually do it. My gut tells me that a strong fan response that, we want Killmonger to return, we'll get Michael B. Jordan back.
Yeah, so Jungle Action 6 is back in play.
Cool.
I know Mel, shout out to Mighty Mel V. He's going crazy over there about his famous spec on Deathlock 23, I think it was, or something like that.
Madam Slay. Jungle Action 18.
There you go. Yeah,
that'd be good for me because I bought into a spec. I got plenty of those sitting around, and at $6 a pop, I didn't bother to list any. So there's that.
Charm City Comics, what's up, brother? Listen, everybody in the chat tonight we love you guys. You guys make the shows awesome. Thank you for being around. We appreciate you. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. The channel has been doing some amazing things lately, and we want you guys to be notified every time a good content drops from Tales from the Flip Side. So make sure you guys hit that bell and hit all on the little box. So
what do you guys think about just playing World of Wakanda 1? Like, I know that, the 1 in 25s are probably going to do well. I mean, you can midtown people are like scrambling to like clear some of those. I legitimately don't see any spec play whatsoever in those covers. The 1 in 25s, especially the still freeze, I think it was. Yeah, it was. I mean, because that's just better looking than the other one, in my opinion. So I don't know that could do something. So I think the variants of the play, everybody cleared them out for like $15-20 today. Whatever, most of the stuff that was left, there was like a 9.6 left when I looked earlier. So I was in another spec group, sort of just literally saying, buy the 1A, clear the internet, and I'm just all why, like you know what I mean? See, now that's asking. You go to that's everybody who jumps.
Yeah, everybody's trying to play that spec play, right? They're asking ridiculous numbers for him now because they all got bought up, like you said. Everybody just kind of went crazy and picked off all the cheap copies.
Did anybody check the print run today?
I did not. It would be interesting to know. Chat if you guys.
I had a similarly busy today. So, I mean, I didn't buy any books. I didn't sell any books. I didn't list any books. Barely helped get the outline together.
Yeah, and there is a hip-hop variant to that. So shout out to Ultra Maximus, who's been talking about those hip-hop variants for quite a long time. So make sure you guys keep an eye on those.
Yeah. Can I mention the book I don't like?
Sure.
The Chadwick Boseman Black Panther T'Challa's Kid from Jim Comics. In this other universe, the book that went from like $4 to $75 because Jim Comics talked about it. I think that's a fucking stupid book. Now,
is that the Wanda? Is that the space stuff?
It's like some alternate dimension. Like whatever, not dimension, some alternate multiverse iteration of. Thing? No, it's just like another iteration of Black Panther's kid, right? Like, I don't see that fucking happening. This, fan fiction where they're like, what if in another world Chadwick Boseman and Storm had a child and they pick him up in the multiverse of madness and he comes back, and I'm just like, get the fuck out of here with that. And it's like a $75 book. And kudos to the people that have been selling those for $75. But for the love of fucking Christ, if you watch this show, please don't pay $75 for that book.
Hey, hashtag honesty in comics, bro.
Honesty in comics.
You know what the fuck?
And there's a second print of that World of Wakanda. I think it's identical to the first print. I don't even think they bothered with like the blue color scheme or any of that crap on there. Like I'm pretty sure it's the same except for the two. I wouldn't fall into that trap either. You find them in a back bin. I think it's a fine purchase. You know what I mean? But you're gonna get rich on that. I'm just not buying it.
Yeah, and I'm team. I would never discourage anybody from like paying cover price or some shit and then selling it for $5. For the love of fucking God. I feel like, though, after I read the comments to some of the YouTube shows, I have to be real fucking specific because apparently people don't understand. I'm not real articulate or a lot less articulate than I think I am. So forgive me if I sound fucking dumb.
Well, there was plenty more news that came out this week for us to talk about. Another thing was the Thor set photos that are getting leaked, right? We've got some couple of those. This is showing some new characters that are going to be, I guess not new characters. This Kraglin character was second in command for Yondu. That's who we're seeing in this photo here. So there's a character that we're going to be seeing in the new Thor movies. They also talked about, which is really silly, to spec on, but somebody put these pictures of the goats out there, right? And the only reason I know about these goats, Tooth Gnasher or Tooth Grinder or whatever they are, right, Nico, is because it's because of stupid questions that they ask. Hey, do you know who these characters are? Do you know who these characters are? It's like, yeah, I could care less about two goats, but they're going to be in there. So the goats that carry some type of sleigh or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're not quite as cool as the Land Shark or Pizza Dog, but all right.
Yeah, but the other thing that was interesting was this. And if we get Thunderstrike Thor in new Thor, I'm going to be pissed because I don't know. I don't want him playing Thunderstrike. I want somebody playing Thunderstrike, but I don't want him playing Thunderstrike. I don't know if I want Thunderstrike at all. Do you guys want Thunderstrike?
No.
What are they doing?
Hey, Thor fan up there or below me. Do you want Thunderstrike, Mr. Thor up there?
No, I'm good, dude. Okay. Completely fine. Let's not.
Okay, good.
I mean, I don't know. Thor, the buddy cop hilarity of the Thor and Fat Thor, dude, that was fun. But let's get back to some ass kicking Thor, man.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Great point. Yeah, I think we all want that, but you never know. I mean, hey, if you got a couple Thunderstrike books, you can finally sell them.
Can I ask you guys a question? So, at this point, it doesn't seem like they could possibly tell the Jane Foster story in totality in this next film, right? I mean, not with all of the plot points that we've heard. Right. So, if that's accurate, that means she's going to be around for multiple films. I'm shocked that other people haven't sort of like keyed in on that and started buying those Jane Foster books because you're going to have a ton of opportunity to move them, right?
Yeah.
I thought she signed on for 2 or 3 movies. Or maybe
I don't know.
that up.
Well, isn't this her second movie already?
Well, yeah, I mean, she was certainly Jane Foster earlier. She was already been in 2 movies, but I mean, as like, what did they call her? Lady Thor?
Yeah, I don't care.
Thor? I don't fucking know
could give 2 craps about this character or this play on this character. You guys, I've talked about on the show before. I don't want to see Jane Foster, all chemotherapyed out. Like, I don't want to see that. I've seen that in real life. I know a lot of us have seen that in real life. I don't want to see that. When I go to see a hero movie and a Marvel comic movie, I don't want to see that. I want to see, like Sean said, badass Thor, and I think that we're going to get that. And a couple people have commented, Cover Lover Comics, that's you hit it right on the head. Null just gutted Thor, King in Black, and that's what we want. We want Null and King in Black. We want, the God Butcher. That's what we want. We don't want, She-Thor.
What if Chris Hemsworth just tweets out a picture of a frog?
Oh, Jesus.
I got a lot of those books
go.
I still got to get rid of.
Walt all day, baby.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I think
I
we
like
could
the
get
Jane
something.
Foster play more now. Like as all this new stuff kind of rolls out, it just makes sense to me that that's going to be around for a long time. The Mighty Thor play makes more and more sense. I wish there was like a book, you know what I mean? Because it's like 25, 1, 2, the what if 10, you know what I mean? But I don't know. That's just kind of my 2 cents.
Well, the last thing that we got out of the Thor news is more Matt Damon. Gotta love Matt Damon and Thor. I'll take more Matt Damon and Thor. Like if we're gonna play funny, haha, like
Yeah.
I could take a little bit of that. Like that's just small enough for me to go, okay, I'm cool with it. Be interesting
so
to see who we get.
What do you guys think?
About Matt Damon?
Well, yeah, they announced that Matt Damon's going to have a role in Thor 4. He played an iteration of Loki in a prior film. I can't say it was real memorable to me. I didn't even remember that it happened until somebody showed me a picture, and then I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. And then, again, like Killmonger, certainly not substantiated, but the rumor mill is talking about, like, maybe he's Beta Ray Bill. I'm like, you're gonna fucking put Beta Ray Bill in this goddamn movie too? Like, no, there's no room for Jane Foster or Thor. Like, so I don't know. Like, they're running out of fucking weapons too, right? Like,
Beta Ray Bill's got to be a post-credit scene, if anything.
It's Beta. I think Beta Ray is just hard to do.
It is.
I mean, he was in the buddy
On the
cop
totem.
movie with the Hulk. You know what I mean, as a god back then or whatever. So I mean, like, there's some sort of continuity for him. They didn't plan it. I mean, we had a Warlock at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, and we're all still all waiting with the gold people and shit like that. You know what I mean? So then we'll see. They might have went a different way, but that's that's basically where they led to. And Endgame relied so heavily on Thor: The Dark World just because it had the same writers, right? I mean, it's like, I went back to go watch it, and I was like, all right, And they just stuck. They did like hologram Natalie Portman and some crap that she already played. You know what I mean? I couldn't be less excited for her to be a Thor than I could ever be for anyone to ever make any fucking Marvel movie ever. I couldn't be less excited to have her play that role. Yeah, like she can act, I guess, but you know what I mean? They were sure they were gonna hit it out of the park with Brie Larson, and the fans pretty much said that they didn't. So, you know what I mean? That movie wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like when my non-comic friend comes in and is like, wait a sec, this girl that made like the last movie ever comes in, she's somehow the savior of everybody for everything. It's like, how are we supposed to believe that? Dude does not read comics. I had to tell him like which Marvel movies to watch in like sort of in order, which I had to Google or whatever. Told him a few to sit out. It's not like he went through like all 30 something of them, but and he was like, wait, what? Because some are sort of irrelevant. But yeah, I just didn't love it. I don't know what to say. I'm not calling it terrible, but like for her to play that big a role with not having that buildup, maybe they should have done it. I don't know necessarily if you could have, because I barely remember how that movie ends. Maybe they should have done it in a more chronological order, so people were introduced to her earlier instead of last. Like that was one of the only mistakes I think big mistakes I think they made with that whole series, of 10 years or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I do, I see, people making the comments talking about how much, I've talked about how I love Jason Aaron's run, and I do love Jason Aaron's run, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to see Jane Foster on a movie screen. I just don't. That's a character I don't want to see. I don't want to see.
Too fucking late now. It's happening. I think it might be multiple films. I really do. I'm less confident about Beta Ray Bill. We'll see how it all goes.
That's a strange. I mean, a horse-faced dude, man. Like that's not an easy sell. It would have been in like the 80s when everything was magic and people built these things for everyone to see. Like there could have been a cool way to do Beta Ray back then, man. But like now it would be difficult. I think like they made, they softened Hulk a lot. Like his features and stuff. So I mean, like Hulk still looks human, so it's like it seems, and he has, just so it's a little more believable.
Yeah.
I think we need We Got This Covered to put a Sarah Jessica Parker casting out.
You're terrible, dude.
It's funny.
Some more good news, though, that was released is we're getting more and more Sandman news that's sprinkled in, like sooner. Like instead of going like 3 months and then getting a Sandman news, now we're getting it like monthly. We're getting more Sandman news, and they talked about Gwendolyn Christie being cast as Lucifer in the Sandman stuff. So I'm stoked for this. I know it's a different she's female and this and that, but whatever. Like Lucifer doesn't have to be male all the time, right? But I just like Sandman news. I'm stoked for any Sandman news. If we get as we get closer to this stuff, I think we really got to start talking about Sandman books that are going up in value. And one of the books that is selling again decently is Sandman 1. 9.8s, I think, hit like 800, about the $800 mark. Does that sound right?
That's 100% correct. It's selling for more money than Sandman 898s, which I don't ever remember ever. It's interesting. I mean, I've always thought it was like undervalued, underappreciated. And as I sit here today, I don't have the burger variant. I don't have a single 9.8, but it's like one of my favorite runs. So I guess I'm as guilty as anybody else for not, spending the money to put those books away. I've got a ton of raw copies, but
I sold my Sandman 9.8, but it was like a couple years ago. But it was GPA record at the time. It was like 500 or something, and I was just all, that's money.
Yeah, I had a 6 1/4 sale on a 1 that was a GPA record, and was like so fucking happy.
Yeah.
And then like 2 weeks later, the fucking news came for Netflix, and I was like, I give up.
Well, we were kind of talking behind the scenes about how Sandman books are kind of like Star Wars books are with Star Wars fans. Sandman collectors grab these books and they put it in their collection. You don't see it anymore. So that's why the Sandman 75 second prints, or the Karen Berger editorial 8s, the Air 18s or 19s or whatever is the other Air with the different pages. The Sandman books are hard to find in high grade because collectors just put them away. They keep them. They sit on them. So could we see Sandman #1 and 9.8 be $1,000 book here?
Also,
year?
They press easily, but when books shuffle around in bags for that many years, there's some of those covers are so dark that they'll start to sort of flake, or they'll just rub inside of the bag. So like stuff, there aren't that many that people either bought, bag boarded, and left, or bagged and boarded in a correct bag and board and left, or a graded 20 years ago or whatever it was when CGC started. So like you're not gonna pull those really early issues out of the bins and get 9.8s very easily. It's a very easy press, but it's just hard to find in a older condition. So
yeah, and CGC has been very nice to me on a lot of books, not on my Sandman books.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least number one's a little lighter, but yeah. How's 20? What's 20? Is 22? What's his name from the show? Lucifer. Damien? Is that 22?
Wait,
I don't know. Shame on me.
I'm wondering how that's doing.
That was the second. Wasn't 22 the second death or whatever?
That could be right. Is it 4? Yeah. Maybe it's Sandman 4.
I think it's 4. No, I think you're right. I think it's 4.
That's Lucifer, yeah.
And then
I wonder how that's doing, because that's been a pretty good show.
Yeah, and 10 I think is like a fan favorite because of the shadow box. You know what I mean? The one with the fucking hands on it.
Yeah, so
that always in a premium.
So yeah, one is Morpheus Dream, 4 is Lucifer, 8 is First Death, 37's first under Vertigo imprint, and 75 obviously is the last issue.
Oh, so it looks like about 370 or about a couple $100.
Yeah, I mean, and remember, like Cain and Abel will get a pop. Daniel will get a pop. I forget the name of the other villain they were going to use.
Papa Midnight or something like that, or something weird.
Yeah, from that person. It's been a long fucking time since I read Preludes and Nocturnes.
You can get 67 pretty cheap now, but you couldn't back in the day. You're welcome.
What are
Yeah,
Sandman 8? Here we can see what Sandman 8s are going for. I mean, this is just like the book that everybody thinks about in this run, right?
Yeah.
That's not bad. I mean,
TJ, smarter than me, always. Corinthian, that's the name.
Sandman 67 had an ad for Preacher 1 that predated Preacher 1.
yep.
So
Yeah.
I made that thing a $20 book for like 6 months. I still got some. Don't worry, I didn't sell them all. I should have, but I did not.
And then I think McClay pulled a 75 newsstand, right? Second print.
I pulled a 70. I got a 9.6. Sean pressed it. So,
Nice.
yeah, it definitely wasn't coming back at 9.8, but I was super happy to get it at 9.6.
They've all got the barcode, right? But okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen one. It's like that book that like everybody looks for in every fucking back issue bin that knows comics, but nobody finds.
Wait, was it 75? Was it the reprint had the barcode, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the second print.
And it just says second print instead of direct market.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like you always fucking look and it's just never there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I really love the Sandman Absolute editions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right. Another crazy thing that we saw that we're finally getting images of is they're going this the U.S. agent route in Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier, with this John F. Walker character.
Yeah, so we'll talk more about card craziness later, but this actually confirms the sort of appearance of what they're going to do with him, like Gen 1 Cap look. It was on a Marvel trading card, and that just popped up this week.
It's interesting.
You guys excited for Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Or?
I am now.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. I think it's going to be good. I wasn't excited until I saw the preview during Disney Shima. That kind of made me super excited. It didn't look good until I saw that.
Yeah, they have good. They seem to have great chemistry together in that trailer.
Yeah. I think Sebastian Stan's a badass, man, in the Marvel universe. I think Bucky's a cool character.
That's another one of the best, I guess, Nameway standalones, man. Winter Soldier was fucking savage.
Yeah.
Strong as they come.
That part when he caught the shield was such a badass moment in that movie, man.
Yeah.
That's so dope. I really, really love the Brubaker run on Cap. Like, that's one of the most underappreciated runs in recent history in comics. And I would suggest everybody out there, go read those. Brubaker stuff.
If you ever want to just kind of like marvel at weird GPA data, look at Cap 6 and the highs and lows that it's had over the last couple of years. I mean, it's just bizarre.
Do you think it got hurt by having double covers?
I don't know, man. I don't know why people just don't give a shit about that book until they do, and then they don't. But I loved it. Now, I had so many damn copies because I was so early on it, and then I got out of comics and had sold all of my copies, you know what I mean? So I never bought back in, but it was just one that I loved. I loved that Brubaker run. I was reading it as it came out. I was even buying the toy variant for I think it's number 10, the Cap Winter Soldier standoff. Just all that stuff really spoke to me. I like Brubaker, though. You know what I mean? I'm a homer for his writing generally.
Yeah, and when comics in the Marvel cinematic universe starting to take off, that was like one of the easy plays that everybody could find. And when you could get there weren't tons of very super recent issues that were $40 to $60 raw that weren't variants. You know what I mean? That seemed like a $175 to $200 9.8. That actually seemed like a decent amount of money for a non-variant modern comic at the time. And that just fucking is not the case anymore. That is not the case anymore. So, which could be considered good. So it's good for me.
Nico brought up something interesting that I didn't catch on to. Maybe it's something that I just didn't see and other people are seeing and talking about, but WandaVision episode 4 was really good. We've got a new episode coming out here soon where they're finally getting into the meat, like, of what we want to see out of this series. We're finally starting to get to that point where it's showing us stuff that's going to make us be like, holy shit, that's badass. And one of the things that was brought up in a conversation was, could Wonder Man be the character that Wu is looking for from the FBI? And could we see a Nathan Fallon Wonder Man in WandaVision? I don't think so, but
Yeah.
Why
I don't
not?
know. Because the reason why I say that it didn't make sense to me is because I thought the person that he was looking for was Wanda, right? When he said the FBI is looking for somebody, I thought it was Wanda, because Vision is dead. So why would they be looking for him? They're just looking for, Wanda, who's been missing. So, but there's a lot of people who are talking. People are saying that they've heard the Wonder Man rumors. So
Yeah, I didn't make this shit up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that insightful. They see the Grim Reaper / somebody can't draw the Galactus helmet under the
his
stairs, and sort of extrapolated that maybe they're using Wonder Man's body for Vision, right? That because Wonder Man has super speed, and we see Vision with super speed in the whatever altered reality of WandaVision. Who knows? I just like that people are getting really excited about this stuff and sort of trying to connect dots on their own. And that's neat for me. I wouldn't suggest that anybody go buy a fucking Wonder Man comic, but it's neat.
I thought that Wonder Man was a cool character when I was reading comics. I really did. I always thought he was a dope character. I thought it was really dope, but I don't know if this is where we're going with him, but you never know. You never know. Finally, let's talk a little bit about the Spider-Verse rumors. I guess Variety, was it Variety that put out a story that saying that Spider-Man 3 is going to be all Spider-Verse. It's going to all be all about Edge of Spider-Verse type stuff, and that's where we're going, and that's where we're heading. And if that's the case, those Miles and Gwen books, and I guess even Silk, right? And any of those characters that came out during that time, that obviously are already blowing up. But once they mention that they're going to be mentioned or seen or talked about, game over on those. Like, if you weren't already in on some of those books, if some of those are your grails, I'm sorry now. Good luck after that, if this is true.
Yeah,
right?
That's a good point.
I mean, Tom Holland leaked something this week, right, Nico, on our Instagram. Check out our Instagram. I mean,
yeah, so he has his little brother on his shoulders. They're talking about, again, in the rumor mill, is that the Scarlet Spider? I don't know. I doubt that that's a thing, but
in the picture?
Yeah, so have you seen that? It was a Tom Holland IG post. I reposted it on the Flipside IG, but again, unfortunately, I think a lot of fantasy and fan fiction passes off as insider information when it comes to entertainment news, probably when it comes to the real news too. So I'd sort of tell people that this is what people are saying, because, fuck, you can sell the books to the people who believe that shit. But I see no real reason to believe that. What does make sense to me, though, they're going to kill one of these fucking Spider-Men at the end of Spider-Man 3, and we're going to get a glimpse of a young Miles Morales and a dead Peter Parker. I mean, that just makes sense in my mind, right? That the excitement about Miles is really kind of propelling people forward to sort of put him in live action. Do they cast Tom Holland's little brother as Scarlet Spider? I kind of doubt it.
I think that's Leg. Your mic is there. You go. I think you got it. There you go. I want to remind everybody, if you're not following the Tales from the Flipside IG channel, what are you doing? Come on, make Nico happy. Give a follow. Let him know people out there are watching this. It's really good stuff. I got to give him a little bit of credit, you know. I don't mind. I don't mind seeing Olivia Munn on Instagram every once in a while. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But you think to actually stand over Tom Holland is dead? Like that dude.
No, not Tom Holland. I think they'll kill Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like they'll kill one of the other iterations. Tom Holland will go back to MCU proper, and then we'll have one of those guys dead, and Miles like oh shit, because they can't kill Tom Holland. They got to kill a different iteration of Spider-Man.
No, that makes sense. I get it. Yeah. All right. But yeah, that's good. We'll see them all. I mean, but the longevity. I don't know. It's so hard to sometimes to picture something being animated. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how cool is Noir? And why are we forgetting about fucking Spider-Ham?
Hell yeah, man. I love Spider-Ham. Always loved that character.
Spider-Pig. Wait, did I sing that right? But like, yeah, man. I mean, there's just so many decent ones there. You know, Penny Parker, she didn't get much of her due. They got to have something else planned for her. You know what I mean? So yeah, the Spider-Verse, it's always been a good play, but who knew that literally this little 5-issue mini or whatever was going to be like somewhat of the future of freaking Marvel, you know? And had no clue. Otherwise I would have sold certain books. So
I got a news bit. I got a hot news tip. So this one's crazy. So the snarky guy that I am made a Reddit, boys. So I made comic book bets, just like Wall Street bets. So I want everybody to post. First of all, I need like I need the Wall Street bet guy, but instead of diamond hands, I need to have him with comic books. And then I need to do. So I just kind of posted our stuff, and like if you have books that you think are gonna be hot, just talk about it in comic book bets if you're on Reddit. I think it's probably a smart play, man. Maybe up to that. You know.
Hey, how do you have 3 members but 5 online?
Hey, you don't worry about what I got, okay?
All right, just checking, Dino.
I don't know. I have no idea, dude.
That's what it said in the corner. Look,
I don't know. I think it's 3 members who actually subscribe to the thing, and there's 5 people who are actually on it. I'm guessing
lurking.
Yeah. We already have lurkers. I made it. So.
Oh, lurkers, yeah.
You got people want to know what's going on, man. So I did post our great last top 10 prospect list that's already at almost 2,000. We're cranking 2,000 views on it. So there you go. Look, people are already give it all to me. Put it all in the chat right here. So we're all good to go. I like it. So yeah, there we go. Buy dog heart, do it all, man. Put memes up there. We don't care, dude.
Yeah. Hey, kindly like the goddamn video. Even if you don't like it, I'd appreciate it if you could just hit the little thumbs up. We're desperate to try to get some views. I'm tired of being number 2. I've got 10 months to dethrone the champ. And for the love of fucking Christ, when people ask like, hey, do you watch anything on YouTube? Can you just please tell them to watch our show? You'll still make money. You don't have to keep it a secret.
Listen, everybody's making money in the hobby market these days. If you guys didn't see the craziness that happened this last week with these Jordan rookies, these PSA 10 Jordan rookies selling for $738,000 each.
Bang.
I had to cash out a GameStop stock, but I did it.
Terrible, man. Terrible.
I know.
$738,000 for 2 of them. 2 Gem Mint 10s, not just one. 2 of them sold for $738,000 each. Yes.
Yeah.
Each. So if you guys aren't in the Michael Jordan collecting game already, there's no reason to get in now because they're all way too expensive, and not just Michael Jordan stuff.
I should have bought a Fleer Metal off this Facebook group I'm in. This MJ Facebook group, dude. It just, what am I doing?
Well, not only that, a Patrick Mahomes card, a Patrick Mahomes National Treasures signed patch rookie card sold for $861,000.
That's fucking insanity, dude.
Wow.
Come on, man. Somebody's playing games in every market that's out there now. People are sitting at home trying to figure out how to bullshit some money, and some people are better at it than others. That's all I gotta say.
I don't know, man. Here's the thing: we see the prices I kind of agree with you, Leg. I do. I think that there is some weird stuff going on, whether it's money laundering, whether it's just, new people getting into to the hobby. Big athletes who are making millions of dollars a month are putting, buying this stuff. I don't know, but if you look. So what I did is I went and started looking at some of the crazy cards that are selling. And if you guys look at Kobe Bryant cards right now, so these, I just went in and I did a search for Kobe Bryant, and I got everything. I got everything above like $500 on this, and look at these prices on this. This is recent. So just a regular Topps Kobe Bryant rookie sold for $810 on February today and went for that's 63 bids. Just a regular Topps Kobe rookie.
I have one of those.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
$810, bro.
I need to sell it right now.
These aren't even. It isn't even graded. Here, a 90. Here's two of them. One a Gem Mint 10 and one ungraded. Sold for $4,800.
I bought it for $20, right when it happened, man. And I thought, I felt slimy about it, but I was like, I watched this go nuclear, and it has.
How about this? A finest rookie, a PSA 9 sold for $500. Not even as rookie, a 2008-09 Topps Chrome that has LeBron James on the same card sold for $921.
So, since you're a big basketball dude, did we ever find out what happened to the autographs from Kobe from Panini, like the ones that he probably signed that never?
I haven't looked into them, but they're people are. I mean, they had the cards signed that they were sending out. I know that, but I didn't even know this card existed, to be honest. But $921, it's not even a rookie card, right?
Wow.
If you look at some of these prices on just regular cards. There was a Kobe rookie that sold. Here's another one. The same card, $610. A raw finest rookie sold for $530. Look at this, $9,000 for a Chrome PSA 9.
Why, dude? This guy's like the 8th best Laker of all time. This guy was trash, dude.
Can we talk about
dude? Talk about somebody important.
The Marvel cards that are going fucking bananas because they literally.
I definitely wanted to get. That's where I was taking this. Is just not just Kobe cards, not just Jordan cards. All of them. Scottie Pippen rookie cards are selling for ridiculous amounts. PSA 9 sold for $769. A PSA 10 sold for $5,500. You can look at.
Just tell people how Scottie Pippen never tipped a fucking a waiter, a waitress, or a parking attendant. They should be paying this much money for his cards, except that they feel bad because they pretend he was underpaid when all Jordan did was carry him to all those titles.
Well, look at this.
I'm having Reservoir Dogs flashbacks.
Look at this one. A Topps Chrome LeBron rookie sold February 1st today for $35,000. Ladies and gentlemen, this is getting crazy. And if you thought that it was only in sports cards, you're wrong. Marvel masterpieces, Marvel Impel cards, these are just the unopened boxes. Look at some of these. This is craziness. The 1990, you guys all remember the Marvel Impel series from 1990, right? We all remember that series.
For an hour today trying to find it.
$735 for an unopened box, $500 for an open box. Here's the Marvel masterpieces. These things are selling for ridiculous amounts, and I don't know what to say anymore.
Dude, PSA 10, there were like individual cards that were well over $1,000.
I've got them in the market report coming up for sure. Like there are some craziness that's going on.
Oh God!
Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, sports cards, Marvel cards. It's all getting crazy.
Yeah, I need help with the Marvel cards, guys. Like legit, I got some. I need help.
We can do it.
I have some acetates. I don't know if they're worth anything, but like I think they're not that easy to find. I could be completely wrong because everything was overprinted back then. But
the holograms, remember the holograms in the Impel?
Dude, I got them all like right here somewhere. Yeah, stacks of this shit because I went and like got it. Like I think that's a fucking I don't even know. Like there's these like little holograms.
Yeah, those are them. That's the Magneto hologram from the Impel set.
Then I think this is like a thing.
Wait, you gotta look at it.
You gotta like flip it up.
You're not. We can't even see what you're showing.
Yeah,
us. There you go.
I think these are like things that are like important. I don't know. There's
Marvel
like,
masterpieces,
yeah,
man.
the Wolverine ones.
That's from the Impel set. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think these were chase cards. I don't know. It's all so fucking confusing for me. And then there's like the limited. So these are like 1 of 10. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's got this shit somewhere, don't they?
No.
Yeah, I got some. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
when you
I
say
gotta
the
look 'em up.
acetates, you mean these things?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah,
They're like
yes,
the
I do,
secret-
but mine are the size of a comic book.
Oh fuck!
Ah.
This is
I don't
also
know what they
wild, man.
are. I think I threw them in the garage when I just went through everything. I
Like
don't
some of
know,
the cards are fucking awesome, though, right? Like that is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And
Those are the
like,
flares, right?
Yep.
yeah, and they've got like the McFarlane Venom shit.
Mhm.
That, but at $800 a box. Do I grade that stuff? Like, anybody have any concept of what the fuck to do at this point? Does anyone know?
I've been seeing a lot of Marvel trading cards being graded and sold on Facebook Marketplace, like in my area, just like PS. They're not even 10s; they're like 8s and 9s, man.
Well, and would you send them to PSA or would
Yes.
you send them to CGC?
Well, here's
'Cause
the
they're
problem.
fucking comics.
No. Here's the thing, right? The reason why that the boxes are selling for so much is because these Marvel, especially the masterpieces, the chromium ones, the flare ones, the Fleer, anything that had that Fleer metal chromium stuff, the Skybox chromium, are selling for ridiculous amounts in unopened boxes, is because they were very hard to find in high grade, and you had a better chance of opening a brand new box and having them in high grade than cards that were already open, because they could flake, the metal flakes off, all that stuff. So that's why high grade of these cards sell for so much. And I would always go with PSA.
Yes.
Always.
Okay.
Easy to scratch too, right?
Yes, very
Well,
easy to scratch.
and the other thing too is like, are you worried about how old they are, that they're gonna when you go to break them, that they're gonna just peel away?
You never know. I don't know. You have to look into it. That's why I tell people, if they have those unopened boxes, sell them unopened.
Well, and do you guys remember that when it was that Marvel Masterpieces, whatever the fuck it is, the 92 boxes, McClay and I were talking about this before, you knew exactly where the holograms were, right? Like I remember like, oh, somebody like a new dealer was breaking. I mean, I'm like 12, 13 years old. New dealers breaking them open. I'm like, hi, can I pull my own packs? And I'd just be like, ding, 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 ding. Like, thanks, here's my money, and leave. And I'd get all the holograms because, you knew where they were.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't remember now. It was like the top 2 or the bottom left, or I don't remember, but you could pull them out. It was like that every goddamn time.
So you brought up the thing about, should you grade them at CGC, because, they could look. Have you guys seen the CGC cases for their cards? They're horribly ugly. They're bad looking. Let me look them up. But here's the other thing. I think they're just grading Pokemon and stuff at the moment, right? I don't think they're grading.
I guarantee they're fucking grading Marvel cards, and I guarantee that they are the impetus for people giving a shit about these cards.
No way.
It doesn't make sense otherwise.
Look how bad these look. I'm sorry, but these are super ugly looking cases. They are really bad.
Do they look like the CGC cases?
Yeah.
They kind of do, but
They look exactly like a CGC case.
Yeah, so
I
that's
don't know,
what they're
man.
They're just for comics. They're 4 comic cards.
but they're not grading comic cards right now. They're just grading Pokemon and Magic the Gathering.
I'll get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Somebody call Matt Nelson.
The popular
Nobody knew.
yeah.
I tried to call Matt Nelson. He was in a meeting, maybe to talk about this.
Oh, all right. But anyway, I mean, am I like? Do you move this shit now?
Yes.
Should I hold on to all this stuff?
Just
Yes.
like everything else, move it now. Like,
Yeah,
we're
move it.
stupid for sitting on the
man.
stuff we're not selling.
Oh, man.
I would say it completely, dude, because shit. Honestly, I know that stimmy money's playing into stuff, but like, honestly, so were tax refunds, and people might not have made as much fucking money last year, and so I don't know if there's going to be that like October reprieve, but there's not going to be the people that are going to get refunds are going to file their taxes fast. So I don't know, that's usually a good time to sell. We get like a summer lull because people go out and do things. I don't know how that's going to be this year. And generally at SDCC, we get like mega fucking Marvel DC news. And then the market picks up again for about a month. It goes cold again for about a couple months in the summer. That's when you start looking for shit. Then the kids start going back to school, start buying a whole bunch of, or start selling all your fucking comics. Then people need money for Christmas and start selling. Then they start selling all their comics. So the buying seasons. I know that now is different. I know this is a different era in life. Blah 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 blah. Right now is normally a buying season. We know that the prices are insane. So I'm not saying buy. I'm not telling anybody buying at the height of CGC anything because this is different. But I don't know. I'm just saying I definitely think that we can see, depending on when tax season is, especially April, people looking at these things and just, or things that they forget about and just shit just taking off again. So there's up and downs. I wouldn't sell everything. Like the thing is they've literally printed a blueprint for certain characters. We know, dude, Miles isn't done. You know what I mean? Like, don't be wrong. You paid $50 for a variant. You're going to get 15 grand. I'm not saying don't sell it, but I'm saying if you don't need the money, don't sell it.
What's the turnaround time for PSA? Is it sort of like CGC?
I don't know right now.
Wicked long.
Terrible.
Right now.
It is
terrible.
It's supposedly terrible. All my friends are complaining constantly about this.
It's like what, 4 months or something, 3 to 4
longer. Longer.
Now it's 6.
It is ridiculous. It is so bad that I haven't even sent any cards in because of it.
But it's the problem. It's breakers, Nico. So like these guys who like break a lot of product, and then they want all their stuff to get sent in, like the people who win it and stuff. Just like send it to PSA, and then so like back in the day, you only had a certain amount of people. Now you have every YouTube channel on the planet trying to break cards, and it's like trying to get cards in general is a ridiculous thing. But we won't go there either.
Well, we saw what the Mickey Mantle sold for a ridiculous amount. It's crazy.
I've got those old baseball cards. I got a couple Mantles. Remember, I showed them to you guys, and I never did anything with that shit. Added to the list of stuff I don't know. I don't even know where it is. I'd have to go look for it again.
One of the cool things that they're talking a lot about in the chat is, and we've talked about this on this channel before, is back in the day in Wizards, they used to have these chromium cards that they would put in each wizard, and they had numbers on them. And I collect the shit out of these.
Isn't this shit from Wizards?
Yeah, but these are what I'm talking about, and some of them were die cut cards, and you could put sets of them together. And I collected these as a kid. I probably still have most of mine. I so wanted the set. There's a Spawn one. They are really, really cool. And I hope one day that these might sell. But if they do, you can find them still in unopened Wizards. So
it's the inserts, right?
Yes, yeah. They were in the bag. You could literally see them on the back. So really cool stuff. All right. Yeah, just absolutely nuts. Market report is crazy tonight. Like we have a super long market report that is a lot of fun. Most of the show is going to be market report just because of how crazy the market's gotten. And I think we should probably get into it a little bit. Dean or Nico, this is what I basically did is I just went through and labeled them how you had them in order. Yeah. So there we go. So first one starting. Can you see those, Nico?
No.
Here we go. First one.
Yeah, that's your boy, Son of Dathmir. Wizard World variant CGC 9.8. There's 26 9.8s on the census, 48 blue labels. A 9.8 in 2019 would cost you $193. Books up to $350 is like an average 90-day price. This copy sells for $333. I know, McClay, you love it. I was scared to even talk about it.
I wish I owned this book, man. I only own one copy of this. It's not any of the variants. I have one set, and I wish I had more, just like every other Star Wars book that I don't own. But this is definitely one I wish I would have bought, a year ago with everybody else. It's a great book. That's going to just, if they ever talk about doing this in any live action stuff, or they harken back to it and they show parts of it, oh man, this thing's going to be crazy. I could see this being $1,000 book. We'll see though. All right, next one.
Yes, we're cranking out Star Wars stuff. Of course, this is the first appearance of Lando Calrissian. 9.8s were $110 in 2019. How the world has changed. Last two sales have been $750 and $786 respectively for 9.8s. A 9.6 would have costed you $77 in 2019. Now they're around $350. Talk of a Childish Gambino live action television series. I think for a lot of people, he was one of the highlights of the Han Solo film. What do you guys think about this book? Is there any room left?
I don't. I think it's going to continue to rise because I think just people are starting to key in on some of these books that people knew about. We all knew the first appearance of Han Solo. This whole Empire Strikes Back run, this 4-issue run from like 39 to 43 or whatever, is a great set to have just in general. And I think this is, this book, along with what was the other one, 87, that everybody's going crazy for. There's a couple of books in this run that people are starting to realize they should be more than they were, and this is definitely one of them. But I'm all for it. I like seeing the Marvel Star Wars books getting some love because they used to be the bane of comic existence for a long time. They were kind of like Fantastic Four. You just skip over them.
I think there's a newsstand of this. If I'm not.
Yeah.
They all have them. Yeah.
I think. So. Yeah. I only buy newsstands. We'll talk about that. I don't have the books yet, but we'll talk about that later.
All right. Here we go.
All right. This is a fan favorite for Star Wars collectors. There's 33 total copies of this book on the census. It's the first appearance of Darth Bane. 20 of those copies are 9/8.
Jedi vs. Sith #1.
Yeah. There were 0 copies that sold in 2019 of this book. The low sale in 2020 was $975. The high mark was $1,500. I think we'll see a live action iteration of Darth Bane. That's been rumored pretty reliably by tipster Daniel RPK. We'll see if he's correct. There is a Dynamic Forces variant of this book. I think the last copy of it sold for $2,500, and the only copy on eBay is about $3,500.
Wow, crazy! Star Wars books. For the longest time, every time we talk about Star Wars on any of these shows, we say can get any higher, and they're just continuing.
Yeah.
And more Marvel.
Yeah, I wanted to run through these because they're real interesting for me. This is the 35-cent price variant for Star Wars #2. Okay. The 9.2 sells for $3,600. That's the only recorded GPA sale of this book in this grade, and that's because there's only 119 blue labels total. That number may seem high, but when you hear how many copies of Star Wars 1 there are, you'll appreciate just how rare of a book this is. For the record, a 3.5 sold on our last GPA, sort of like rundown for huge money. You guys remember that?
For #1 or for #2?
For #2.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was the 3.5 sold for about the same fucking amount as a 9.2.
It's crazy how lower grade books right now are selling for the amount they're selling for.
Absolutely insane. Can we just go to the next one? So this is the low sale. The 2021 high for this book in this grade, this is again a 35-cent price variant, was $4,500. There's one sale in 2020, and that was for $2,500. In 2017, this book sold for $3,400. That was down from a 2014 price of $3,600. There's 84 blue labels, one copy in 9.8 condition. That's the highest graded copy of this book. That's a signature series, actually trending down for the 35-cent price variant. People just didn't know what was up, and it was all up at the same goddamn time. Can we go to the next one? 2 prior sales for this book, one in 2018 for $1,899, one in 2017 for, you ready? $1,900 and change. 87 blue labels, 4 signature series copies, 0 9/8s, 2 lone 9/6s. This is the highest graded signature series copy on the census. So now to the next one. we've come full circle. Star Wars #1, not the price variant. How many copies of this book do you guys think, blue labels, are on the census?
I don't know.
Don't look at the numbers on the outline.
That's just
guess.
regular 996, right?
Just a regular. Just how many copies of Star Wars #1 do you think have been graded by CGC?
4,200.
$6,000. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
More than 10,000 copies.
Oh,
There's
Yeah,
seven-
dude, that tells you more about the fucking Star Wars market than anything else that you need to know. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And when the Force Awakens, it was, you know, whatever, 2,000 something for a 9.8, and nobody gave a shit. And I was like, oh, that would have been nice. But yeah, so anyway.
Average price in 2019 for a 9.8 was $936. A 9.8 sold record sale this month for $3,000. The 9.6 average price in 2019 was $287.
Yeah. I mean,
like you said, there's 743 9.8s. I mean, we thought it's not rare. It's not rare. I mean,
no,
740.
and it's one of those where it's always for sale.
Yeah.
Well,
Like you would luck out if you had the only auction that week. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
the $3,000 price doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
doubt it.
I mean, it may be. I mean, you know, and it looks like what Hulk 181, doesn't it? That we've
Well,
always said was like, oh, there's just too many copies. It's just too common, and here we fucking go. So, you know, I don't know. I'm not trying to say it should be as expensive, but man, the numbers to me look a lot more similar than I care to admit. All right. Moving quick on to Young Avengers #1, 450 blue labels, 151 signature series, 600 graded copies of this Wizard World variant. Book's been on a steady increase. In 2019, you could get a 9.8 for $350. This is a record sale at $755.
I love this book. I don't know if I love it for $755, but I love this book.
I want the Wizard 9.5. I don't give a fuck about anything else.
I think that's a great book, man.
I really do. Like a friend of mine had one, and I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people really know about that book. And
Did they even issue any 10s? I'm not sure if they did. Wizard and CGC did a little combo thing where they had the Wizard World grades, and they decided to make a new fucking grading scale. So everything was 10.0, 9.5, 9.0. I don't know if it got too much lower than that, but yeah. So there was like I think I've only seen the 9.5s.
Yep.
It was his book, right? I'm not tripping, right?
yeah, no, it is.
I don't
But
think
this is
there's any
one of
10s.
this is one of them. There are other ones, but like yeah.
Yeah,
it's
so
like-
the
it's a Wizard
census
World
is
scale.
weird too, because I think you have to look at it like it just doesn't make any sense. There's like extra additions. It's worth taking a look.
Here you go.
Probably,
This is
probably all of them.
yeah. Here's the go. If you send the 9.5 for a reholder, do they still give you a 9.5?
They
Ouch.
should.
No chance, dude.
No.
I wouldn't fuck around.
They're fucking hypocrites, dude. There's no possible way.
This is Vision. Like what? This came out of nowhere.
All right, so this book's been moving, man. 2019, the variant would have cost you about $250. It's doubled by 2020, with an average price of $567. Or I'm sorry, $670. I think. High mark for this book was $1,060. There's 64 blue labels, only 16 signature series copies on the census. There are 29 9/8s. Viv Vision, beloved. Will she show up in the MCU? Will she roll out a WandaVision? You guys tell me.
I don't think so, but you never know. You never know.
Yeah, it'd be cooler if she did. I like Viv more than I like the other two, Wiccan and Speed.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, Newbie says, I personally think anything Vision is done after the show. That is an interesting take. Do you guys think that after the show, all this Vision stuff just dies?
Well,
That is a
let's just
very
say-
interesting.
Let's just say, if you want to be safe, you should be selling. If you want to roll the dice, I mean, who knows? But I won't be holding on to them.
I have not thought about that. We're all in the the glow of the Vision Wanda series, and we haven't really thought about, does the spec continue for Vision Wanda books after the show? That is very interesting. Yeah, it's
Well, for
time to
Wanda, for sure, right? I mean, she's the villain in the Multiverse of Madness.
yeah.
Vision, on the other hand, I don't know about all that. You may have one more movie. You know what I mean? Who knows? We'll see.
I think they bring him back.
Well, you might get a White Vision too. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some dice roll going
That
on
would be
here.
cool. I'd be cool with that. I would love to see that. I think Vision's a great character. I always like Vision, the character Vision.
He could die again. I wouldn't give a shit. She got kind of weird. Just Wanda, I don't know, powers and stuff. The show's pretty good, but yeah. To answer the question, yeah, that shit's dead as soon as the show's over.
Yeah, this is a book that I've only seen once, and I saw it at a garage sale, and it was damaged as hell, but I bought it anyways because it was like $10, and I love this book, the Gold Venom variant, killer book right here.
Yeah, so it's not as rare as many assume, and I don't know if it's just that these books are in private collections and not going anywhere, because I'm like McClay, I just don't see them. But there's 882 blue labels, 1,200 total copies of this book that have been slabbed, 343 9/8. Nevertheless, the book has enjoyed steady growth with an average price for a 9/8 in 2019 around $500. This is the high mark for this book, and I don't necessarily see it slowing down.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great book. To be honest with you, I actually thought it was already closer to that, like last year.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Well, at least in shipping price. But
Can't press this book at all either, right? Because it's got that cardboard cover.
I mean, you can only do certain things. That cardboard combined with the foil. I'm trying to remember. I think it has a regular back cover. So, and that's actually sometimes that tends to be a good thing because books tend to get bent backwards in boxes more than they do forwards. So the color breaks usually show up on the back. So, to be honest with you, I'm trying to remember, but like Spider-Man 365, for example, has that white back cover, whereas the front with the black that actually goes around the side curves down, and they put the staples. They tried to make that book uniform. So that curves down on the 365. So the front is plus the hologram. I mean, how much heat can you put on a hologram? Like it wants to turn into like one of those fish things that used to tell you what kind of mood you were in. You know what I mean? Like if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So that's tough. But the backside of these books without the foil and holograms are a little easier. So you might luck out. Yeah.
There
But
are
it's
the
more difficult, for sure.
the newsstand regular editions too, right? That people were going after for a while there.
Yeah. I see one or two of these at a con every like if I go up to Michigan here, I see one or two at a con. I mean, they're not 9/8s, but I mean it's probably like a 9.90, and they want ridiculous money. But I mean, whatever.
I wonder what the regular 9/8s are going for, right? Do we
175? I'm going 175. I don't know. I'm taking a guess.
I'm pulling it up right now, so let's take a look. Let's see what we got for just the regular.
I forget how thick is that book. I think it's regular size, right? It's
yes, I believe so.
yeah.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
Lethal Protector, right? That's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's see if the newsstands sell for any more. Newsstands.
Yeah, apparently I do.
Yeah. There we go. $350. Let's buy it now. You know, it's hard to look at the buy it now offers, but Yeah, those newsstands are selling for a little. I like this homage to the Black Air variant. That Black Air variant, man, what a Grail book.
Yeah, somebody want to teach me how to make it with a fucking toaster and a direct or a fucking heat gun or a
just have
blow
Greg.
dryer.
Just go to Greg Horn's table room. He'll just Sharpie it all black for you.
Yeah, you remember that shit when everybody's like, "You can just make it with a blow dryer." I'm like, "Yeah, good fucking luck."
Yeah, get the hell out of here. Yeah, $100 to a couple $100 for the 9/8. So,
nice book,
not bad.
book, iconic book. You know,
Yeah,
book everybody loves, wants to add to their collection. You know,
yeah.
And then you make a few more bucks. Fuck it, I'll buy the gold one for $800. You know,
Something is killing the children. Craziness is not stopping anytime soon,
bro. The fuck is going on with these goddamn books? Holy shit!
Dude, I bought a Frisian 198 because I was like,
Which one? The one with the chainsaw or the other one?
The face one.
The face one. Gotcha.
Let me.
It's the fucking. It's bananas, dude. My buddy John, who won't watch this show, prick, was on this stuff way earlier than me, and kudos to him. There's 824 blue labels of the first print on the census. 713 of them are 9/8. Now, you ready for this shit? That 6th print, there's 28 copies on the census. 24 9/8. It's the late printings with Boom. They've done something special. They've been able to kind of create variants with these later printings. I kudos to Ross Ritchie.
Yeah,
I did not see the vision. Did not see the vision early on. Frankly, just didn't give a fuck about that medieval book that everybody was hot and bothered about. What was it called? Once in Future. But
I like that book.
Yeah, it was never my thing. But Something's Killing the Children is fucking dope.
Yes,
and they've done something real cool with it. I really admire it. Add this to the long list of things I didn't want to quite talk about, because I'd like to have gone out and got a cheap 6 print, but that's probably done.
Yeah. Shout out to John Z. Got a foreign book in the list tonight. Always got to throw a foreign book in there.
Yeah, trying our best to make him think I'm not a bonehead, since he's got me doing the market report in his absence. There's 21 blue labels of this particular German edition of Spawn number 4. But it's Spawn number 5.
Isn't that thing made out of plastic?
Yeah. A mere 9 blue labels in 9/8 condition, 199, and a truckload of signature series copies. So I don't know if somebody had a rack of these and just decided to have McFarlane sign them at a con, or how that all went. But it's interesting.
It's just really gorgeous and amazing how someone just somehow cut a whole bunch of silly putty into a fucking square and called it Spawn number 5, and it got a 9/8. You know what I mean? It's really cool.
10.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's plastic. It should be a 10.
Yeah.
I think I tried carving those when I was like a 7, and I'm not sure how it worked out. But then again, I was never an artist in Germany, so I wasn't, Volkswagen. I don't know. Okay.
Gargoyles number 1. This is the Marvel edition of this. There was a slave labor graphics series that came out, I believe, after the Marvel series. That is super tough to find, especially in high grade. But this is the Marvel iteration of Gargoyles.
76 blue label 9/8, 118 blue labels on the census total. Trajectory of the book has been straight up. Back in 2019, a 9/8 would have cost you around $132. The 90-day average price is $250. It looks like Disney's paving the way for a massive spike in this book with uncensored episodes airing for the first time on Disney Plus. You're like, George, what are you talking about? Uncensored episodes? Is this because you say fuck all the time? No. There were violent episodes that were censored back in the day. For example, there was this one episode called Deadly Force. In season 1, it was episode 8. And it takes this dark turn where one of the characters, Broadway, accidentally shoots his friend.
Wow, I definitely don't remember that.
Alyssa with a pistol. whoopsie. Yeah, he probably never saw it. So that's like one of the infamous gargoyle scenes that ended up being censored. And apparently there's a lot more. If you were a fan of the show growing up, you might want to check that stuff out on Disney Plus to watch someone get shot.
That's crazy.
Now that it's worth so much, can I tell a story about me
Please.
and Dino so I don't feel like that?
Yeah.
So we're selling where's the last place here? North Carolina, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Dino and I are out here, we're on the floor. Dino's not around, and this kid comes over, and he's not. I'm 42 years old. He's not a kid, but like, he's 20 years younger or something. Hey, do you have Gargoyles comics? I'm like, well, let me look. It's either like 1 or 11, I think. So let me look in the G's, and it's a Gargoyles, and it's a Gargoyles 1, and it's Dino's. He's got it at like $50, and I look around, and Dino's not there. I'll just say it wasn't $50 on eBay those days.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And so whatever. And I'm all, well, that's $50, man. And I'm like, oh, I look around. Dino's not there. And he's all right. And he's all, okay. So I haven't bought like a thing like this. I'm like, well, that's $50. And he's like, I'm like, wait for him to ask for a deal. I'm looking around for Dino. Like, dude, get this kid a deal, dude. And he ain't there. And the kid, he pulls $50 like him to come, and he goes, all right, well, whoever it was, I don't know if it was a creator, writer, or actor, I have no fucking idea. He goes, oh yeah, well, how would I go about getting something like this signed? Okay, if you guys don't know, this is an embossed glossy cover. You can't fucking sign. You can't sign this book.
Oh,
right? This kid's already paid for it. I told him to get the guy out, get a ballpoint pen, and do it on the first page, like he's fucking Jack Kirby. Okay, nice. I was like, you know what I mean? I was like, dude, because then it's on the inside and it keeps value, and then like this is a hard one for people to write and marker in. And at least I helped him with that part. But like, I know you want to get it autographed, I'll be like,
player for a player.
First of all, Dino can sell some books. $50, man. Fucking A.
He sold that raw for $50 two years ago.
I love autographs on inside pages, man.
Absolutely.
I love it. They're like hidden gems when you find them.
And kudos to you for teaching the next generation the virtue of signing the first page.
It could have been a 10. It could have been a 10.
Could have been a 10. Well, it wasn't near mint copy. This is not. It was not. It's not like it's a thick one that wasn't damaged. Like I said, when it's embossed, once you bang that, that's another reason why 9.8 slot. Once you bang that thing, crease it. The crease, like you could get like a little dent out, but like if you get like the crinkle crease in a glossy cover, like you can improve it, but like it's not going to go away like what is like a regular spine tape.
Yeah, I'll show you one right now. I think is it this one? No, that one's actually pretty decent. But on the Spider-Man 2099, same thing. It's like I had one that's got a crater dent in it, and I can't. You're not gonna. I mean, you're not gonna do it anyways. I mean, I was like, oh, that's fucked. So.
We'll see. I've been trying to work on those because they need a little help. I did get
water underneath, or
huh?
You like push water underneath the inside cover.
There's random things you can do, man. It's just not easy on things on the cardboard stuff, dude. Anyway, people say it is. Then I haven't heard it, and no one's shot me up on that, dude. That was a 903. Oh god, dude.
Yeah, right. Is this wild? So 1,500 copies of the book have been slabbed. There's 199.
Everybody.
Yeah, 199 of the first appearance of Storm Shadow. The book's tripled since 2019. Average price for a 9.0 back in 2019 was $100.
We got more G.I. Joe fun later too, guys. So stick around.
I'm gonna be honest. This is my opinion with this, and not necessarily the Star Wars books you've shown before because you showed some nice books, but like this or not, like people in all honesty, newer to the comic realm that are toy fans or cartoon fans, they don't understand the difference between like a 9.0 and 9.8. That difference, if you're a person who grades CGC books, you know that difference is separating because they're not just doling these 9.8s out anymore. I'm not saying they always did, but I'm telling you, like I tell people, I'm like, look, you gotta temper your expectations with these 80s books because they're not handing them out. So people paying more for New Mutants 98s or things like that, it might not be the worst idea. But I do think that it's probably the toy realm paying $310 for a 9.0 though. I think
This
it's a
this has always been a tough book to grade high, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. And also, so many people don't even know which print it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
One of these days, I want to find a second print.
The second print 9/8 probably worth $50,000 now,
There's-
right?
I don't even think there. Yeah, I don't think there are. There's like 2 copies of the second print that have ever been discovered, and I don't think any of them are 9/8s. There's like a whole. It's worth a Google. I don't want to necessarily.
Multiple printing? Am I crazy?
Yeah, there's 3 printings, but like the third print's very common. First print's preferred. Second print, it's like worth a Google to read about it.
So many. Okay, maybe I'm. Really?
Yeah.
Is there really not that many?
Well, it's like people.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
a fucking ghost. It's worth. There's like 2, I think, that have ever been found ever.
Well, tell me mistaken. I swear to God, it was.
The third print has the Spidey head, right? The black Spidey.
The black Spidey head. So does the second print. The point is, there's like 2. Just Google it. I don't want to screw up the fucking facts, but it's absolutely worth your time. You'll be like, oh shit, that's wild.
Yeah, and then there's like so many homages, and you've got the Renegers and Silvers and stuff like that. It's just a beloved character. I mean, he's got to be the best-selling Joe character of all time, right?
I mean, it reminds me of when
he's the Boba Fett of, you know what I mean? No one
G.I. Joe. Yeah, I mean, harking back to the toy people, it's the same thing with like. Remember when BA-12 was it's still a nuclear book, but people who would dress up as Harley Quinn would come up to our booth all the time, like, how much for that BA-12? And you say it's $600. They're like, oh, I thought it'd be like 20. Like,
yeah. People didn't know. I remember this girl at a show. She loved death, and I was selling with someone else. It wasn't F5. This is my first con. It's like Long Beach Comic Con 7 or 8 years ago or something. And it's like so I go sit down, and the death series, the death miniseries 1 through 3. Mm-hmm. Like I've got multiple miniseries. I've been buying them, and not like tooting a horn, but like if I'd see anybody, like I had stores near me that would put collections in dollar bins. They'd try to cherry pick. They weren't quite as good as some of us, and which makes no sense because they own comic stores. But so I'd grab stuff like that, and I knew I had an extra like Death 1 through 3 set sitting there. I knew I had it for like $10, but she'd come through my partner's line where he had it for like $30 or something like that. And I knew I had a couple, and my then girlfriend, now wife, is at work with me, and the girl's, oh man, and she was so sad, and I knew where it was, and I knew that I saw the look on her face, and I was like, no one's even gonna buy this off me for $10 while I'm here. I'm sure I paid $3. I had my wife go chase her down and give her the set. Like, I'm like, just give it to her. I'm like, I literally take them away from me. Now I'm sure they really sell for more now, but I'm just like, I just don't care. It was to make a fan happy. Now I can't give away a Batman Adventures 12. Okay, I just can't do it. But like someone likes a Death miniseries, or like a Harley Quinn New 52-1 with 12 spine ticks that I've got from dollar bins. Those are free if you're just a fan, because it's nice to see fans. It's nice to see fans.
Good stuff.
A couple other books, obviously, that people have been talking about with Snake Eyes that I love to show every chance I get. Are these? This one, of course, right? This is the
fucking
beautiful
9/8.
I've got a couple. Like this is the book that certain book.
Damn, bruh.
I sold mine. My heart's breaking.
Yeah, they're beautiful, beautiful covers.
It's just impossible in high grade.
Yeah, but the ones that are really tough, right, are the Renegar variants. This is the regular.
We have one of those.
Foil are really tough because the foil got misprinted and they're kind of offset of the G.I. Joe. So Michael Turner Renegar variants, super tough to get in high grade. So
I sent one of those leg, right? Did I send you one of those?
A Renegar?
Yes.
Not in whatever I have here, no.
Okay. Maybe it's in the box then somewhere.
It's in the what's in the box?
What's in the box?
I got another box going, dude. It's gonna be.
That's fine. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Where were we? Right here.
Don't go breaking my heart.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers underwear comic book. Now, here is the thing.
I don't want to talk about it.
There's another comic book that was an underwear book too, right?
No, it's just this one. I don't want to fucking talk about it.
Why, do you have this book?
No, but I want this book. I would have bid on this book. I would have won this fucking auction. And I didn't know that it was up, and I'm a moron, and I want it, and I don't have it, and I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, wow.
I'm fucking protesting.
Are we moving on to the next one?
Well,
George is pouting.
What is that a reprint of Voltron?
Nah, it's just the underwear book. It was like the first appearance of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, who like I don't really like, except for I saw that stupid YouTube video, and now I'm like, okay, so that was pretty cool. And this is the rare one. It's not fucking Sentai. It's this one. And it never comes up, and somebody fucking got it.
Let's talk about Sentai too. Let's harp on yours because Nico was in the same city as Carter, and he went to a comic shop and got a Sentai 2 for $3.50.
I wasn't at that shop, for the record.
Well, no, you weren't. You were at the con that he left you.
He left me behind and went to a different shop and pulled a Sentai 2. It's just been all around a kick me in the balls Power Rangers sort of fiasco. Yeah,
great.
So
good times.
It hurts my feelings.
I'll move on to the next one just
Thank
so
you,
we can move on. Where the hell is he at?
Very sad. Very sad.
We got Amazing Spider-Man 238 CGC 96 with the tattoos and with the ASM label. I can't.
All right, guys. What do you think? How many copies of this book have been slabbed?
Of that book?
Yeah.
2,900.
I'm gonna go with $4,000.
7,000.
Oh Jesus.
299s, 479 blue label 9.8s, more than 1,200 9.6s. The price for a 9.8 has doubled since 2019 from $1,000 to nearly $2,000. The 9.6 has enjoyed a comparable escalation, growing from around $350 to $700. Holy shit.
So random pissed off story about that book is by the way, anybody who's listening, I said I was busy today, so I didn't see the outline. I just saw on the outline. Sitting next to me, like last week when I pulled out those comic scenes, I have some magazine stuff because I've stored in a different place and shit that's getting sent back to CGC. This is one of the number ones that's getting sent back to CGC. I went to see my friend in Oregon. He's like, there's a comic store we can go to. I'm all, let's go. And Oregon has no sales tax. This was it was 2 years ago. It was on the wall for $200, and I said, bring it. I said, hey, bring it down. I'm just checking. I said, do you mind if I open the bag? I did want to check the grade, but I'm checking for tattoos for this book. You know what I mean? I'm checking for the insert, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, this fucking thing is flawless. It's flawless. Pressed it. It is flawless. They said that there is a scuff on the back.
Waviness? Oh,
no, there's no waviness. There are no spine ticks. There is a little what looks like a tiny bit of a printing line that I think they called a scuff. And I was this is such a tap-in 9.8 to me. I was so pissed. Dude, look, I'm so pissed. I thought it was such a tap-in 9.8. I grabbed it for myself and I paid for the stupid fucking Spider-Man label. All right. That's how much of a tap-in I thought it was. I never pay for extra labels, especially on books when I'm like begging for a grade. I'm not begging for a grade on this. This thing's a 9.8. It's the best copy I've ever seen in my life. And I'm going to bang it on concrete, rip it open, and I'm going to make sure there's nothing else I need to fix again in case anything came back.
Don't bang it on concrete. Just flex the corners, baby, like I told you.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Dina taught me better the just like this, right?
Yeah, crack.
Yeah,
but there's joy in fucking smashing CGC.
Yeah.
It's a little safer.
When you don't get the grade you want, like there's real joy in that.
I saw CGC Jesus do it at Baltimore a couple of years ago. He was just cracking people's slabs like pop, pop, pop.
Can you rip them open without cracking them in two? Because I can't do that.
No, so what you do is you take one. Do I have one? I don't have one.
Yeah, you get them like this.
Yeah, you flip. You just kind of twerk them at the corners, and it says pop up. Yeah,
dude. If I hadn't had some cocktails, I'd do it on air. But not that one.
Yeah, you're good.
Not that one. And the other ones would suck that I want to crack. I don't need to crack them. They just screwed up all the labels inside the book, and there's shit all over floating in them. So I'm not going to do those because I need to send them back to them and tell them how terrible they were at their job.
So next
And
book,
great book.
which I burns me because I had this book and I sold it and I thought I made decent money on it, but it was like I don't know.
3,300 blue labels on the census, only 3 9/8s. Last recorded 9/8 sale was back in 2016 when a copy traded hands for about $50K. April of 2020, a 9/6 sold for $16,500. Congratulations to the buyer. You'll pay about $5,000 for a 9/2. This book has almost doubled in 7.0 condition since 2019. The price was less than $800.
Yeah.
High mark in 2020 on a 7.0 was $1,500.
Dude, you know what I paid for a 9.0?
Oh boy, it was like me and you talked about this. What was it, like $300-400?
No. It wasn't that cheap, but it was. We were talking about it at night, and then I saw this dude on eBay, and I was like, I did the whole incognito off eBay. Email,
Yeah.
Instagram. I don't remember exactly how it went down, but anyway, I gave him $800 cash for a 9.0.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Well done.
And it's my favorite book. It's in there. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, black cover and all that. Believe it or not, this book presses really well. It's a very easy book to press.
Mhm.
I am surprised being this level character, and I don't know. It's sort of just what it seems like that it could have possibly been iconic at the time. That only like 3 9.8s are around. That really actually surprises me.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't expect a lot. But yeah, that kind of surprises me. I mean, it's not Marvel Spotlight 5 where there are 0 9.8s. Marvel Spotlight 2, excuse me.
Yeah.
Werewolf by Night. But yeah, there's only 0 9.8s. But it makes me trepidatious to buy a 9.6 at $4,000 right now. When what if this 9.8 comes up?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Well, then again, that would just sell for like $30,000, and I'd still be fine, right? Yeah.
It would be like the 9.9. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got a
Yeah,
line
that
on
book's
a
a
9.6 at
banger.
like 4,000. I have a 9.4 Marvel
Ooh.
Spotlight 2, and I'm like,
Ooh.
I feel like I could upgrade and
Can
still
you-
do well.
What do you think you can pop off the 9?
9.4. I have 9.4.
Yeah, what do you think you can sell it for?
I don't know the
3?
answer.
Can you get 3 out of it?
I think if I waited, I could, or maybe just whatever comes to light.
That'd be hard to say no. I know you
I really
love
want to do
werewolves.
it. Yeah,
I know you love werewolves.
dude. I know. I set that on that 9.4. I set the 9.4 GPA record by spending $825 on it. So you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not exactly gonna lose money by buying both. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
It's just like I'm already up like money on it.
Yeah.
164 people watching live right now. You guys, give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing. It helps us a lot. It lets us know that we're doing things that you enjoy. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the bell so you guys are notified anytime good content is dropped by Tales from the Flipside channel. We got a lot of good stuff going on, and we appreciate you for doing so.
Only one thumbs down. I thought I had more draw than that.
I know who the thumbs down is every time. Don't worry,
Tim
brother.
Fox.
We all do.
It was Tim Fox. Wait. Probably not Tim Fox.
Yeah, that's Tim
No.
Fox.
What a difference a couple years make. So a 9.8 would have cost you about $65 in 2019. I didn't even bother to look at the census because there's so few copies that have been
Why
slabbed
would you do
because
that crap, yeah.
yeah, who fucking cares? A 9.6 would run about $50 back then. Book's been jumping since the future state announcement. The average price for a 9.6 in 2020 was $500. There have been no 9.8 sales since the future state announcement. I guess my question for you guys is Tim Fox the next Terry McGinnis, the next Miles Morales, or a flash in the pan?
I'm
Flash
going
in the
flash in the pan. Flash in the pan. Yeah.
Well, the problem is competing with his own brother, Lucius, right? Or Lucas. Yeah, he's competing with
Lucius?
No, yeah,
It
well,
is
Lucius
Lucius,
is his dad and
Batwing.
Lucas his brother.
Okay.
Batwing. Sorry if I'm fucking it up. Yeah, he's
No,
only-
no, you're
you
right.
got it.
Yeah, but like, yeah, so that's the problem. If he's Batman for a second, dude, he's Look, you believe it or not, Miles Morales built over time, and he just has. You can't just snap your fingers and make it that. And the general public trusts the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Miles has posters in kids' rooms. Like, I'm sorry, Tim Fox isn't just all of a sudden going to be in kids' rooms. That like the people age like maybe not buying the 9/8, but the age of the kids that really enjoy Miles Morales, they're not going to have any Tim Fox posters any soon in the room. Like, it's just, that's not how that's going to work. So I wouldn't say next Miles Morales, but I wouldn't say a terrible investment. But I say a 9.6 at 860. That's a little panicky.
Yep.
I
agree, dude. I mean, like you said, how many times you leave these in back, man? No, who cares?
Every time. Every time. I didn't know this guy's first appearance.
Yeah, fuck. I didn't even know his name until somebody told me, and I was late to the party. All right, let's talk about the big boy. These are fucking insane prices. I mean, utterly insane. There's how many copies of this book slabbed right now? What do you think? Total on the census?
20,000.
Yeah, I got 12.5.
Brian?
I have no idea, man. Too many to talk about.
So we talked, there were 10,000 copies of Star Wars 1. There's 14,000 copies of Hulk 181 that have been slabbed. 10,000 blue labels. 199, very controversial. We don't need to necessarily talk about that. Although we can if you guys want. 126 9/8. A 3.5 cost about $1,500 in 2019. Book's been on a tear. A 3.5 Mark Jeweler insert sold for $2,275 in December. Seems much more fucking reasonable than $2,300 for a random ass fucking 3.5. I mean, are you kidding me? It's basically the same price.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking nuts. A 6.0 Mark Jeweler insert sold for $2,600 and change in 2019. Yeah, Ken's spot on. This is absolutely what the price for, a 5.0 to a 6.5 was here just a few short months ago. A 7.5 Universal jumped from $3,100 to $4,500. A 9.4 will run you about $10,000. Okay, that's the price that it's been stagnant at since 2019. When I told everybody, a month ago or whatever, that's the buy-in, I was right then and I'm right now. And I hope that you guys don't all take your money and buy in at the 9.4 price before I get my hands on a copy or two at that price. A 9.6 will cost you $20K. The last 9.8 sold for about $50,000 in December.
Leg is like removing himself from the situation.
No. I just need to stand up. I've been sitting too long. I had to move the desk.
I love those desks, man.
Yeah.
I think it is, though.
I sold some too early. That's for fucking sure.
Oh, dude, I got rid of one. I don't even want to fucking talk about it.
You remember Indy, dude? You had a Hawk 181 there. You're like, dude, I'll give this away.
It was just.
It's not an
No, that's not. Dino, that's not true. I set the legitimately raw price. I set the GPA record like it was. Thought it was like a 7580 because remember we had the green label.
Yes.
And it was a green label 8 or 7.5.
8.5.
It was 8. Yeah, 8. It was 10. Just let's pretend it's 8, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Not 8.5.
Sure.
No, we sit there. So I had a raw 181. I hadn't had graded, but I got a good deal on, and we had a green label 181 that we got for like $600 at fucking Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
And we sold that green label too fast too. I wasn't at the table. I wasn't at the table, but whatever. And so I mean, so we get the book, and so I was able to compare the two because the defects were like the same accumulation. They weren't exactly the same or anything like that. So I gave it to show people, like, so this old guy came, and I think I mean, obviously it looks like shit now, but it was like 3,300, but it was raw, you know,
Yeah.
and that was, and I think 3,100 at a 80 or 85, whatever we decided the grade was.
Yeah.
Call it 80. Like we decided, and I'm like, I got GPA record in cash for a raw book.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like the dude got a deal. I got a deal. Like I'm doing good. I made a lot of money. Like I was good with it.
That's the same show. I got a GPA record for double the Batman 121 price. They got like paid me cash or paid me check, but whatever. For like, I think a Batman 121 and like I think I was like a 2.0 or something or 2, and it was a lower grade, and it was like I think 1,000. He paid me or 1,200. He paid me 2,500. I was like, see ya.
And I did the same on Batman. I think 139 was that the first Batgirl, the yellow cover. And I had a CGC. I graded myself. I got it for nothing. I got it for $100, and it was dude, it was low, 2.5 maybe 3.0. But for that book, I mean, it's a fucking impossible book. You know what I mean? 60 years old, and the dude, I don't remember the exact price. And he's like, "How about this?" I'm like, "How about the price tag that's on it?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Walk around the show, go find another one, and come back." And then if you come back, I know you didn't find another one. And he's like, "Oh fuck!" And he pulls cash out of his pocket, just getting some. And I was like, "There you go, man.
Hey,
we're doing each other a favor."
If I get my books, that's gonna be the theme for next show. So we'll give you a tantalizing feature for next show. So
let's go take a walk. Oh yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that next show.
All right.
So. Oh boy,
good old selling with people. So much fun.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Oh, it's the old label, so obviously you could press it to a 9.8.
Oh Christ, that's
what everybody thinks, right?
Let's absolutely they do. Drive me fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Let's move to the next book.
I got you.
It's fucking. All right, so yeah, holy shit. 2,000 copies of this book on the census. 7 9/8. An 8.5 in 2019 cost about $700. The price doubled as we approached WandaVision over the last 90 days. The average price was $1,400 and change. This is the high mark at $2,700 in 2021, down just $400 from that figure. I think the important takeaway is this. We forget that we're the insiders. And when it comes to books like Silver Surfer 3, the news that Mephisto is going to be the villain for fucking WandaVision didn't hit the masses until like 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So you kind of got to be careful with that shit, right? Like sometimes you can just really get rid of stuff too early. Other times, look, that Lord knows I'm the most guilty of not selling shit because I'm just too lazy to find it and get it. But, I think we often forget just how ahead of the curve we are with stuff.
I got the absolute trash grade of this book. It's like maybe a 2.5, but I got it for like $20. I'm like, yeah.
Nice. That thing sucks, the press, dude. It's like that square glue thing, dude. It is poo to work on. I pull one of those out. I'm a son of a bitch.
Let's try to go on to this next one. What do we got here? Oh boy, I did this one. Want me to do this
one? You, buddy, please.
Oh boy, I did the golden section, so it's gonna be terrible.
Okay, you're doing great.
So Tech 71 CGC 3.0. So this one sold for $3,251, 31 bids. So 117 copies of this book on the CGC census. I didn't break it out into like what's restored and stuff, so forgive me. 2 9.4s, highest graded. 3 recorded sales, March 2020, which is, and then January 2004, July 2003. In 2004, pricing was $230 you could got this book for. A 3.5 last sold because there hasn't been any. This is I'm saying comparable. So a 3.5 last sold for $28.80, and so we're seeing a 400 gain from 3.0 to 3 or 3.5 to 3.0. So $400 more for a step down theoretically. So it's For 117 copies, I guess that's low for a tech book. I would assume, right? I mean, you figure it's like all these Marvel books you see that are like Golden Age books. You figure there's a ton of them out there, but 71 or 117 is kind of low in my opinion.
Dude, and it's Joker cover, dude. I mean, people people catch on to the little things. You know what I mean? It's a shorter Batman, but people catch on to the little things.
So we got that book. You're gonna have to help me on this one. So USA Comics 10. I really didn't have anything on this. I had 39 on the census, 9.4 the highest. The thing that's about this, I actually looked at this listing, and it said the listing potentially said this book may be incomplete due to page count. So he said there was like 28, and there's like it could have been 32, it could have been 26 or 30 or whatever the pages were. So
look, USA Comics is as fucking cool as it gets. This is an incredibly fucking rare book. Like my all-time favorite comic cover is Cap and Bucky, where Bucky they got the fucking parachute and Bucky's got the machine gun and shit. An incredibly difficult run. There were two huge timely books that were up in auction. Do you want to jump to the other one?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Is it the strange one?
Yeah. So
This one?
No.
That one?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right. I mean, fucking Christ. Maybe like I don't know, 25% of all timely collectors' number one fucking book.
Okay.
And this one didn't even have a back cover. So, it's strictly the rarity of these books. The USA Comics, like the later issues are incredibly fucking difficult to find. They never come up for auction. And it's the same deal with this one. Like this book doesn't even have a fucking back cover on it.
But here's the thing. I was looking at it. Surprisingly, there's 99. No. There's 99 on the CGC census, which amazes me.
Because every copy's been graded.
I know. And the other thing that's crazy is there's 4 at 9.2.
Back covers are overrated, number one. But who dude, you know what? They did us a favor by not wasting our time by taking that ridiculous ad for some bullshit. It was either for braziers or to become a muscle man at that age. So, that's all it is.
I think the buck is a deal on this one. I think a fucking deal.
Too. Let's go back to this one. Sorry. So Strange Terrors number 4, classic cover, pre-code horror, St. John's, obviously 6.5 CGC, 610 ended with 34 bids. I have a lot on this one. CGC census 32 copies only, 4 at 6.5 currently. Obviously, the highest grade is at 9.4. 2 sold from December 2020 at 721, and this sale at 610. So they might have got a better deal now. I mean, it's $100 cheaper a month or 2 months down the line. Prior sales is May of 2014, which is only $387, so it's almost doubled in price. And then April 2013 was $212. So, but in this series, I like 1 and 6 better. But I mean, 4 is okay. There's some 1s and 6s out there on the eBay scale. So it's bondage covers. So for women, bondage covers on 1 and 6. So. That's my little analysis on the Golden Age. So I tried to
good stuff.
Be like,
good stuff, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, are we gonna preview your big timely purchase?
I don't have it. You want me to? I can show you. I can show you.
No.
You should drop it like a bomb on us, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I just want to let people know.
Yeah,
the banger's coming.
Yeah. So it's a timely, and I guess it's not a. It's a.
Don't even tell them. Don't even tell them.
Check mild details.
Yeah, you gotta explode, man. I can tell you. I got something delivered today. Not that many people care, but I'm pretty excited about it. But it didn't. The post office didn't give me the thing to pick it up.
The ticket,
yeah. So so I'll probably get it tomorrow. So I'll show you guys next week.
There's a couple extra market report things in here that I wanted to talk about a little bit from what I was going around and looking at some of the other hobbies that are selling like crazy, and this one blew me away. So we talk about shirts on here, and vintage comic shirts are selling. This is still it's still being bid on, or sorry, It ended January 15th, 13 bids, $3,000 for a vintage 1996 Marvel Comics adult XL shirt. Look at some of this stuff. All right, let's go look at shirts.
Do you buy that? Do you wear that? If you buy that, do you wear that out?
People are. That's why they're getting it, because these people are wearing this stuff.
Who the fuck bought it though? Like,
look at these prices, you guys.
If I've got, dude, honestly, if I have 5,000 that is not investment money, like, let's just say I got nowhere near money to buy a $5,000 shirt. All right, I need like a $5,000 pickup to like take shit around town because I don't have anything with a bed I can haul things in, right? Like I can't even imagine. But I assume people wear these. What about the shoes?
Shoes are selling, but
shoes?
I mean, look at the prices on some of these vintage comic shirts. Like, we all know that vintage clothing sells, vintage concert shirts, vintage comic shirts are selling. Look at $5,000 for a Ghost Rider shirt with Gambit.
I blame Supreme. I blame the Supreme brand, where they made everything like crazy. You know, now it's all rare and now it's all cool. It's like having a Guns N' Roses '90s concert shirt. Like,
yeah. So here's another thing that was crazy to me. Let's get into some of these action figure sales recently. Some of these are from November, but these are recent. This is January. This is a 2007 Hasbro Spider-Man 3 Marvel Legends figure with Build-A-Figure Sandman, $510, 37 bids. I've talked about the Spider-Hulk figure before on the show. One sold unopened for $207. Here's some more stuff like this Marvel Legends Spider-Man 2099. This recently came out a couple years ago, $150. I think I got one sitting right here. No shit. If I had Go-Go Gadget arms, I could grab one. There's, you know what I mean? Like Marvel Legends Icons, Gray Hulk, loose, $135.
That's fucking nuts.
Marvel Legends Icons Venom, the 12-inch series from 2006 in package, $3,700. A Marvel Legends Miles Morales, $610, 32 bids. These are bids. These aren't buying now. These are bids, guys.
Damn.
Here's some crazy stuff. The Dragon Man I've talked about on the show before, $600, 59 bids for the Fantastic Four Dragon Man. Super tough figure to find in any condition, yet alone loose or carded. These Fin Fang Foom Build-A-Figures. The Fin Fang Foom by itself, the Build-A-Figure, sells for like anywhere from $600 to $700, I think, loose. If you have any of the figures unopened, look, here's the Hulk that sold for $500 with the tail piece of Fin Fang Foom. All right, we're getting into some of the comic cards now, all right? So here's more of those sets that I told you guys about, the Marvel Universe Collection, Series 1, 2, and 4 unopened boxes sold 1, 3, and 4 sold for $913, 12 bids. The 1990 Series 1 sold for $735 for 23 bids. How about this stuff? Skybox Marvel Masterpieces, the first series, $800, 27 bids, $898, 35 bids, unopened boxes. Here's some PSA 10 graded cards from the Marvel Masterpieces. Here's a Thing PSA 10 Gem Mint sold for $1,400. 2 Marvel Masterpieces Magnetos, a 9 and a 10. A 9 sold for $1,750, but a 10 sold for $1,325. 32 bids.
Crazy.
All right. This is craziness. You guys all know about the Spider-Man 2099 white comic book variant. It came with the Marvel Legends, or the Marvel Spider-Man Classics Legends series. Yep. One recently sold unopened, $404, 2 bids. A set of the Scarlet Spider and Spider-Man 29 also sold for $350. How about this? We talked G.I. Joe earlier in the show. Unopened, or this is a Sky Striker vehicle that was never really played with. The decals are still there. It was never put together. It's got the box. It is open, but never put together. All the pieces are still in the bag. $516, and it's.
Hold on. Did this guy Photoshop that bulge in his pants?
Oh,
or Photoshop the white, or Photoshop the dirt off his shoes that he threw the picture in to take this picture?
That's funny.
That's all I want to know. It looks like one of those where the kid's got the little arm and the guy puts the big arm on. Anyway, just go ahead. Sorry to interrupt the
No, you're okay.
Well, this is the last one.
And by the way, he printed that at Walmart. It has a date on it.
Yeah. This
All
is
right.
the last one, right? All right, GI Joe, Night Force. Any GI Joe fans knows these Night Force variants are super hard to come by. But here's a set of 2 figures or 2 vehicles, and like I don't know, 8 figures, $1,800. You guys, 7 bids. Just our hobby is blowing up. It's going crazy. It's just absolutely nuts. So keep an eye on some of the stuff that is in your parents' basement that you forgot to grab because these things are selling ridiculous. I've got a Sky Striker that I just pulled out. It's had the box and everything. It's never been played with. It's got the decals on it, but it's got both ejection seats with parachutes. It's got the Ace figure, everything. I'm selling that sucker, man. If they're going for this type of money, $516 for one that's opened, like start selling some of these things.
Hey, what do you like? Would you, if it's unopened, would you consider grading it or?
Well, so I've gone down that route. I had that Millennium Falcon, the 1981 Empire Millennium Falcon, unopened in a box, and still had the Gemco price tag on it. And I went to go see how much it was to get graded. It was like $500, dude. It's ridiculous to get things graded vehicle wise. Really ridiculous.
Oh, size of vehicle wise. Okay.
Yeah.
Just my own curiosity. I wonder, how about just a regular first She-Ra or something like
those things? Probably like $100.
Okay. Considering they're almost always custom size boxes. And
Yep.
I'm sure they, for the action figures, they have one that they reuse, but
yeah.
Okay. That's not terrible.
But what I'm getting at is just that one of the things that the flip side, the reason flip side started is because so many of these things that you can flip to make money, and it's got completely out of hand. G.I. Joes, Star Wars figures, video games, magazines, shirts, comics, cards. Everything is worth money now, especially in high grade. So keep your eyes peeled. It's crazy. Even some of the newer Marvel Legends figures are selling for ridiculous amounts of money. You saw the Miles stuff. Symbiote Spider-Mans are selling for a lot of money. It's just, it's really, really crazy. So keep your eyes open on if you have any of this stuff, it might be worth selling. If you got those old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures in your attic or something. So
let's go. Let's roll in the pickups. I'll go first, and then we can end it. I bought some comics, nothing crazy, but I got this, dude. Check this out. So it's a VHS of X-Men, but it's got
nice.
It's got the comic, the Pizza Hut comic in the actual comic.
Did you get that online, or did you actually find that somewhere?
So I found it online, but I didn't know. And it has a card too, actually. So this guy was late sending me shit, and he's like, "Hey, I threw something in for you," and he threw this in there.
Nice.
So I was like, "Dope."
Nice.
I thought you'd be more happy with the comic than the actual VHS. But I'm like, "Oh, that's dope." So, I do want to share my screen real quick. Got a whole bunch of shit open too. It's okay. Yeah, do this.
165 live viewers right now, you guys. Please give us a thumbs up. Let's see how many thumbs up. We've got 80 thumbs up. We should double that. Please hit the thumbs up button, you guys, if you're watching live. 165 of you. Let us know how we're doing and what you think of the show. We appreciate each and every one of you.
So Ben Stein, or just if you don't listen to or look at comicbookinvest.com, you should. There's a great article called Ghost Hunting that our man Ben Stein does from the Hot 10, actually, on Friday nights. He does a great job at these ghost hunting articles. Not everything he puts on there is rare. Not everything he puts on there is super crazy, but this one is. So Supernatural is one, Greg Capullo's Super Creepo Rama variant. So I've been searching for these. I've been looking. I just when I go to when I don't find something I really want, I just look at ghost hunting articles. So with that being said, he's gonna lose his mind. I actually told him about this, so he's not here, but that's okay. So I found it's exactly right. It's Supernatural's one, but this one's actually it's a Marvel Italia version. So there's an Italian version of Supernatural's, I guess, one, but this is 7. So that's number 7. This is number 8, obviously. So I don't even know how many there are on there. I've never seen one before. So, I mean, is it crazy rare? I don't know. I paid $3 for this comic. I paid $30 in shipping, but I paid $3. No bag, no cardboard, but I mean, fuck it, man. I was like, let's roll. So, I mean, it came in. I'm surprised it survived because there was one piece of cardboard in a middle envelope kind of thing, but and it wasn't bagged and boarded either. I just put it in a nice bag and board. So, if anybody has any information, maybe I'll talk to Matt Roybal about this because he's the man at all this stuff. Yeah, I wish I would have got one at Dennis's place because he says he's been hoarding those for a while. So, I don't know, man. I've never seen an Italian version, so any stuff would be great. I think that's all I have. I mean, I could show some stuff, but it's nothing crazy. Not till next week. So,
Sean, you got anything?
Oh, I do because I never prepare for this. I do have. You know what? Fuck it. I got this today. Let's go live on a Steinbox, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's see what we got. I literally got it. It was delivered a couple days ago. Our post office. Literally.
Let's talk about what they are first.
They all got COVID. Okay, yeah. So Ben Stein. Everybody knows him from the show. Everybody knows him from the top 10, and we just discussed him writing the ghost hunting variants. One of the nicest guys in the world. Literally, as a human, anybody that's ever tried to throw haterade on him for anything, they're out of their mind because they don't know him personally. He gave these things, and everybody picked random numbers and stuff like that.
Yep.
I live a little further in California, so I got mine today. So I have no idea what is in this. I just threw away the bag. Everybody picked random numbers. I picked 55 because my wife likes that number, and because Disneyland opened at 55, so she's always had a number. Anyway, so I picked 55. I would have picked 13. The first guy that was on your show picked 13. So yeah. So let's see. I just threw away the bag, and I'm opening the blue tape. A blue tape. If you've ever seen me on a podcast, you've seen me advocate for a lot over the years, and I do think that I play at least a little part of this comic world using fucking blue tape everywhere
and pull tabs.
And pull and blue tape and pull tabs, by the way. Thank you, Mr. Stein. So I got my 4 books here. Let's see how 55 does. Everybody that I've seen, everybody has value. And this guy, and I've done deals with him. Yes, as a friend, but like done deals with this guy over the years. As far as everything, like I bought stuff off comic site when CBSI had a comic site, and dude saw you bought those all at full price and sent me money back. So because he's a good person. So I don't even know. So we're working with 75. So we're going with Thor God of Thunder number 4 variant. That is a savage purchase, right? He had a $75 tag on that. That is a tough dog to bag. So I don't even know what the other books are yet, but I already know that I got my money back. Thank you, man.
Wow.
So we're going with the straight Supergirl from Krypton variant. Obviously, the homage to the first appearance of Supergirl in Action Comics. Then we're gonna go Emmy Comic Girls featuring Supergirl number 5. Another cool book, and another 52 week 9 with the history right here. So that's great. Yeah, there you go. So that's
that
it.
First book killed it, man.
This is the clear winner. Already like that. Like I said, this guy is also like he's the ghost writer. He's also the ghost comic hunter. So like if you're gonna get a box from someone or a bag from this dude, get it from this guy.
Yeah. Because
he not only is a very good person in real life, a very good friend to everyone. He is not a selfish person that doesn't like to.
We have some more of those coming eventually, so keep your eyes out, guys. They're going to be more packed
because they did well. Yeah. So I did random pickups. Where did I put them? I was gonna do. I had pickups. I know the show was a little late, so I found some stuff in a box. I found stuff that I pressed that I was going to grade. I found stuff that I'm glad I didn't sell, and then I had stuff that I bought. So I don't know if everybody even wants to go through all that shit. If any of those categories mean anything more to you guys, I could do those. Let's screw the pressing. I'll show you what I bought.
Yeah, let's see him.
I found another Ross variant of the Vampirella. I think this isn't the Virgin variant of this, but you get these at a good price. They're hard to find. I think they sell for like $50 or something online. I found I believe this is 5th print of Ninja Turtles 1 for like $10. That's a clear win. This one I don't give a shit. I still pick up. Batman Danger Girl 0, J. Scott Campbell variant. I don't leave that behind. Spider-Man Deadpool. I think this is Hastings. I got some Hastings. Yeah, it's tough to find when I get a good deal. And the first animated Venom. Found a copy of that. And that
Sold one of those not too long ago.
Really? This is one of the highly ranked Spawn like sketch variants, but it was like $5, and so it's a 232, so it's a little earlier. It's after all the other ones. And Spider-Man 2099 one, I found 2 Hastings variants to that as well.
Nice.
So I was kind of glad with that, and I have. This one from a box called Shit I'm Glad I Never Sold. So the Star Wars one, even though it's a reprint, $6. That's my price tag. Glad I didn't sell it. 2 copies of the 4th print of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, one for $30 and one for $25. Glad nobody bought them. Right? How about a Star Wars 68 newsstand I had listed for $30 that no one ever bought? Really glad. Raphael #1 2nd print, Casey Jones on the cover for $20. Glad nobody bought that shit. I'm very happy about these things. They're like, oh yeah. So happy about those. And
the dealer's name that Sean was talking about is actually Ben Stein. He is a Flipside host, and he sold these packs out. They were something we're going to be doing on Flipside, hopefully on a regular basis. So just continue tuning into Flipside if you want to score some of those in the future.
Yeah, and I did well, and so is everybody.
Yeah.
And here's random shit that I found that I'm glad I didn't sell, but I already pressed them because I'm gonna sell them. Batman #13. This is the 3rd print. And the red background to me is a lot better cover because the original 1 in 25 had this with the green, but it had the like tune into Arrow, like an ad on the top. This is the best one. The census I think is only like 10 on a 9.8. I'm gonna sub this. I don't think it's a 9.8, but most likely a 9.6. But it is what it is. And to me these days, you got to try that. I found one of these that I got for $5, and that's probably a 9.8 tap in. Just pressed it. Gonna sub it. This one, people were talking about this one on Nico's picks from the other day. I had one of the only 9. I had the only 9.9. I sold it, but it was for good profit. But I love this book, and I'm from Cali, so yeah. This is an old a $5 book that's probably 9.8. The Nova #2 J. Scott Campbell variant. That's gonna yeah, that's gonna get subbed. God Country 2nd print, like you gotta love it. We all know God Country is gonna get it due one of these days. Right?
I got one of those in 9.8.
Nice, I love it. And this is the copy that I bought. You know, it's just some for, but I bought this. I bought this off the at the comic store day release. This was in my run of Amazing Spider-Man, and so I pulled it out since it's the only one that's worth money. And pressed it, so I found it, but it was nice to find it all these years, bagged and boarded a long time ago. Same with this. This is probably tapping 9.8, one of the most underrated X-Men modern keys that there is. So I'm going to go with the new X-Men 128 for Spanamax. So those are my pickups and finds from my own fucking house.
I fucked up. I got one more before you get time. I look what I got. I forgot I ordered this. So a little Black Widow Campbell. He actually it's number 30. I guess that's 38 in his handwriting. So 38 out of 300. So I bought one. I kind of heaved at the price of it, but whatever.
That's
so I got
typical Campbell face.
I got back a couple CGC books today. Had sent in a couple for a friend, and he got his back. He got a Amazing Spider-Man 300 7.5 and a Batman Adventures 12.94. But these are the two books that I got. Thanos 13 a 9.8, which is nice. Selling that one quite quickly. This one was I think only one 9.8 of this that Stein got a couple months back, and I sent in mine, and Sean did a nice job pressing it, and it came back a 9.8. This is the Frizen Red Sonja.
Are there only 50 of those?
Yeah, only 50 of these, the Virgin variants, and
50 total,
only,
not 59.8s.
Yeah, 50 total. Yeah, and I just love this cover, but this it's only 2 9.8s now. So 50 covers, only 2 9.8s. Great early Jenny Frison stuff. So very cool. But thanks to Sean for that. Appreciate that, man. That's it. I think that will do it for the night. Everybody, thank you for hanging around. We appreciate you a ton. Hit those thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe. Hit the notifications button so you get notified every time something drops. We got some great stuff going on here on the channel. Some really cool shows every night of the week. There's something new, multiple things every day. And make sure you guys tune in every Monday for the flagship Flipside show. We appreciate you. Adios.